What should you say no to right now? This is Deborah Atkinson, and you're listening to the Voice for Fitness Professionals podcast, where I share marketing and sales strategies that are anything but sleazy, pushy, and salesy so you can create a business, a fitness business, and a life that you love. And here's the thing. Right now, during this pandemic, I am doing a 30-day streak. This is day 25. And this is 5:15 p.m. on a Friday night. Let me just tell you that this is not what I wanted to be doing right now. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. And yet here I am because I committed to this. So like we ask our clients, our customers, members to commit to a challenge, whether it's 5 or 14 or 7 or 21 or 30 days, you can do that too, and it will work just as well for you as it does for them and as it's doing for me. Had I not had this commitment, I would not be here right now. But because I've heard from so many of you that this has been helpful, that just a daily reminder that somebody else is in the trenches going through the same exact thing has been helpful. And if that's the only thing that it has been, that is not. So here I am. This is a follow-up to yesterday's post, which was the things you should be saying yes to right now. But this is the things you should be saying no to right now. So it was inevitable, and here it is. Saying no right now should be on the top of your list if you want to not just survive, but to thrive in the coming months and years. Yesterday, I did go over what you need to say yes to. And if you missed that, I highly recommend you return to that one. And I'll put it in the show notes today. And the show notes will be at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/no. N-O. That's easy enough. And this episode is brought to you by the Flipping 50 Fitness Specialist. It's the only certificate and training out there with a method, a system that's been proven with over 150,000 women flipping 50. For women in menopause, if you are especially a trainer in that same demographic, you're exactly who they're looking for. And by the way, during this pandemic, they're still looking pretty hard. I'll put the link to that in the show notes too, but you need to hurry if you're even thinking about it. fitnessmarketingmastery.com/programs because I've got 4 spots left in this July special time. All right. Another thing that you should take a serious look at saying no to. Well, actually, many things. Saying no to these is almost as mandatory as wearing your mask in the businesses where you have to do that if you want to focus. So here they are. The first two I'll lump together: late nights and short sleeps. So one doesn't necessarily mean the other. I realize that. But if you are not getting high quality sleep, and just in case you've forgotten, tuned out when somebody told you, quality sleep means 10 to 6 is better than 12 to 8. I know it's still 8 hours, but it doesn't work that way for circadian rhythm. So if you want to focus, you want to have energy, you want to keep your own immune system strong, you're going to skip those late nights and those short sleeps so that you can focus, concentrate, have better memory, and have some resilience to stress. Alcohol, enough said. Junk food. Remove the processed stuff, remove the junk food, and don't try to convince yourself that those black bean chips are plant food or vegan food, therefore healthy. Binges of Netflix or wherever, on demand, wherever you're watching those movies. Or maybe it's not that for you. Maybe you're on Instagram scrolling. So I'll get to that one too. But you also need to be saying no to long runs or long workouts of any kind. You are not above or you are not going to dodge the problem that everybody else has if they get it. Okay. And we really don't know. You may think this is a hoax and it's not that big a deal and you're really healthy. But here's the deal. If you're not sleeping, you're not eating really well, you're under a little bit of stress because of finances, and you're doing long runs, or you're doing long workouts, still chasing a six pack because of that. P.S., in case you didn't know, less exercise actually will get you better results. If you're one of those people who constantly has headaches and migraines and is sick, good news, you can drop that workout because you'll feel better as soon as you do. The next thing you should be saying no to is subscriptions and memberships that you don't absolutely need or have to have for your business. So reflect on all of those fees for iTunes, iCloud storage, any recurring fees that you haven't looked closely at on your monthly bills. So whether that's direct withdraw from your bank account or that's each individual credit card statement, look at every single item one by one. And if there are things that you have to have, but you feel like it might be a good time to negotiate, you can negotiate your CRM rate potentially. They would much rather keep you at a lower rate for a few months than watch you drop away and lose you forever. Activities in your business that aren't directly related to earning revenue, they should go. So you can put those in a file somewhere that you come back to. If you're trying to develop a program or a product and you were in the middle of it when COVID hit, chances are you're not going to need that for a long, long time anyway, unless it has to do with somehow delivering a digital or virtual service. But here's the deal. You need to get back to grassroots right now. Pick up the telephone and call people. Do things, actions that are directly related to revenue. Anything that doesn't have to get done, but someone else can, or anything that does have to get done, but someone else can do for a lower hourly rate than yours. Now, you may be thinking, well, it's just my time, but there is nothing more valuable than your time. And the more you fill your time with, the less time you have for rest, for fun, for laughter, for family, for creativity. And, if you're jamming something into every hour and you're waking up and on the move to do something, and then you go to bed exhausted, and there's nothing in between that's filling up your battery and charging it up, whether that's because that's your coping mechanism right now or there is nobody else in your life, you better fix both those things. So otherwise, anything that doesn't have to get done, but somebody else can do for a lower hourly rate, what else would fall under that category? Things like, doing your social media posts. You could create a system, and I've gone through this before, where you actually create the posts. You start a series of posts and images and create them so that someone else understands, what are you after? What's the brand image? What should it look like? What's your voice? And let somebody take over. Or you load those videos if you want to do that, and then just allow them to post them. They can have the image, they can have the text, it's all ready to go. You can use Trello for a tool just like that. You should also be saying no to breakfast, lunch, and dinner with people who want to pick your brain. Anything, anytime with people who suck the energy out of you, and social media time. Just get off it. Now, I realize you may need to be posting, or somebody's got to be posting on your behalf, and maybe you need to check and you need to answer and respond, but then get out of there. Give yourself 30 minutes twice a day, and otherwise get out of there. You don't need to be watching that timeline. You don't need to be watching what other people are doing. And that just sucks time and energy out of where you could be recharging your battery, resting, taking a nap, getting some quality exercise, not quantity. Say no to social media posts that aren't video and messages that increase your leads or your sales directly. Don't just be posting to grow your fans and your followers right now. Start growing with a strategy. Know what you're going to do with them once you've gained them. Know how often and which type of lead magnets you're going to use to get them to your email list. Have a strategy. Don't be randomly doing a popularity contest. Other things to say no to right now: getting your nails done, buying things you don't need because they're on sale. Because you and I know this, right? If you bought it just because it's on sale because you're saving money, in the long run, you are spending money first. That potentially you don't need something that you didn't know you needed anyway. Saying no to some of these things is going to be hard. I'll be the first to admit it. You'll struggle with it. Look, no one wants to lower their lifestyle. That is no fun. But as you earned more and times were good and you were enjoying that kind of lazy attitude that you'd always rely on somebody to do things for you, and that people would flow in and you'd always be able to get customers easily, you increased your lifestyle to a point where you have a little wiggle room. Am I right? The house, the car, the things you had to have the kids in and active doing, the nails, the hair, the facials, the massages. Some of those things aren't happening right now and they can't. And that alone is saving you money. But there is money in other places if you look. Make this a game. How much money can you find this month? And if you have to buy something, can you buy it used? Because probably a lot of things on sale used right now that other people are needing to get rid of that are in pretty good shape and for a pretty good price. The last thing, though, that you should be saying no to is thoughts that sabotage you. Don't be a victim. Do be creative. You can't be creative when you're stressed. So take time, go hike, nap, sing, listen to music, podcasts, color, draw, journal. Do what you need to do so that you can get creative and think, what if? Imagine what you'd like it to be like. And then you can come closer to starting to make that happen. And there you have it. The things that you should say no to right now. Love to hear your questions, your comments. I will put the link to yesterday's show in the show notes today. And those show notes, by the way, again, fitnessmarketingmastery.com/no. That's NO. And what are you waiting for? The world needs you now more than ever.